Hello, I'm Christy with Green Living Off Grid, and today we're going to look at how to make a simple hydroponic setup using a peanut butter jar with a 2-inch hole drilled in the lid, a 2-inch net pot, wide lip, so it doesn't fall down when you set it in the hole of the lid of your peanut butter jar. You'll need a 1-inch Rockwool cube. I'm going to be using the Jowlawn Rockwool cubes, but you can use any 1-inch Rockwool cube that you're going to be growing your plant in. And then we're also going to use the Verdenu seed starter tray to start and sprout our seedlings, and then we'll plant them in our hydroponic setup. Well, here I have the Jowlawn Rockwool cubes with some of the other ones that are available. These are the Castlegreens Rockwool Cubes, and these are the Grodan Rockwool Cubes. And you'll notice when you compare all the different size Rockwool cubes together, you'll notice that the Castlegreens and the Grodan Rockwool cubes have the same depth, but these new Jowlawn Rockwool cubes are about 3/4 the size of the other different 1-inch Rockwool cubes. So I'm going to be working primarily with the Jowlawn in these little 2-inch net pots. You can see the difference in sizing. My Castlegreen to the right, my Jowlawn to the left, and with this 3-inch net pot, I am going to actually start some seeds in the Castlegreens Rockwool cubes. They're comparable again to the Grodan, but I'm going to use Castlegreens for a 3-inch net pot that I will be growing in. And I'll start seeds in the Jowlawn for the 2-inch net pots. Now the first thing we're going to need to do is cut the Rockwool cubes out of the little tray that they come in. So once we cut the Rockwool cubes out, we're going to soak them for just a few minutes. Well, here I have everything planted with 4 different types of grow media. Regular soil, then I've got the Rapid Rooter grow plugs. These are hydroponic grow plugs, the Castlegreens Rockwool cube, and then I've got the Jowlawn Rockwool cube there in that row. All right, so we're planting the same seed in all of these. We're going to compare and see how they do. And also I've got a little heat mat, and we're going to be using the Jump Start thermostat in order to maintain the temperature. I have the temperature probe here in this soil. Well, here the seeds have sprouted. Take a look at these. The soil sprouted nicely on the right side, and then here next to them, Rapid Rooters. You can put them right in your garden. And then to the left side, those are the Hydroponic Rockwool cubes. And you can see the Castlegreens. And then to the far left are the Jowlawn Rockwool cubes. And so all I'm going to do for these is just add some nutrients into these cups here that I've set up, these old peanut butter jars. The Maxi Grow works really well with lettuce. We'll take a look at these roots. They look really good. We have a pretty decent sprout here. So when we fit it into the net pot, we want it to kind of fish those roots down through. All right, so let's put this in to our little homemade hydroponic setup. Well, here you have it. This is our 2-inch net pot lettuce plant hydroponic setup. You can see the roots coming down through into our water reserve, and this should grow really well. Now let's do a 3-inch net pot, and I'll show you how I grow with those using the Castlegreens Rockwool cubes. Now for these 3-inch net pots as well as my 2-inch net pots, I use the GROWNEER net cups that are slotted mesh wide lip net pots. You can get these on Amazon. So I'm going to first add my nutrients. I'm using the Maxi Grow, about 1/4 of a teaspoon in each one of these. You have to watch the water level as they're growing and make sure those roots stay in contact with the water at all times so they don't dry out. But anyway, I've got my little 3-inch net pot here. Okay, let's look at these Castlegreens Rockwool Cubes with their seedlings in them. Look at all the roots that have already come down through the Rockwool material. It really did a good job getting those roots all the way through. Now I'm going to just try to work them into the net pot and down through. Now we're going to put hydrogen and clay pellets around this. So you can see it's well packed now. Now we'll stick it in the water reserve. And just make sure you set that water level up about 1/4 inch up from the bottom of the net pot to ensure that you have some airspace in around those roots so they can still get the water but also breathe. So there you have it, our Rockwool cube and net pots growing the lettuce plants inside these little homemade hydroponic peanut butter jars. The only thing you're going to have to watch is the water level. As they grow, they do tend to drink that water up, and sometimes it drops a little too low with those roots, and if that happens, your plant can die. So make sure you check that water level periodically so that you can get a full head of lettuce in about 6 to 8 weeks from planting your seeds. They should be ready to harvest. If you want to learn more about growing with hydroponics, check us out at greenlivingoffgrid.com, and don't forget to download our free PDF on how to get started with hydroponics, avoiding the most common mistakes. Just enter your email address and we'll send that right off to you.